We have
got Miss Lori with us after having sinus issues last week. Makeup session.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime, Lori. You're welcome anytime that you want.
Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Woohoo! I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here too.
I got lots of questions.
Well, we talked already. You do you, boo.
We can dive away on questions. Got announcements first?
Yeah, y'all go ahead. I don't have anything to say. I'm not going to be saying much tonight anyways. So I'm going to let these three drive because I'm struggling tonight. So, you know.
Becca and I are both having some teeth issues, but is that okay to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my mouth hurts. So yeah.
All right.
Any announcements, you guys?
JenLynTarot.com if you'd like to book an appointment with me. I have openings in August. July 17th. Good Trouble protest. Be there, be out there, be visible. Make it big, make it loud, but be peaceful.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And voodoo always works, you guys. I've been watching the Etsy witches again. They crack me up, those Etsy witches or the TikTok witches. Yeah, they crack me up. So yeah. I had sent Johnie a meme years ago that said I tried to kill him with kindness. That didn't work, so now I'm trying hoodoo. There's one lady on TikTok that has crocheted figures of everybody. Trump, JD Vance and his couch, RFK Jr., like everybody, and she just sits there and stabs them with needles every day. I don't know why. It's the funniest thing to just watch.
I might have to steal the idea from the lady I saw at the No Kings protest that had the voodoo doll on her sign. Everybody kept coming up and sticking pins in it.
Yep. I saw that in Brazil, they're burning effigies of Trump. They're burning effigies of him. So I'm like,
do not live your life where the entire world wishes you were dead.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah, I have
even part of the world.
a few of my friends in deep red states said that they're burning red hats, and there's even FU Trump signs going up in Oklahoma and Texas.
I'm so surprised this Epstein really rocked their boat, man.
They were so invested.
Not all the other garbage he did. This.
They were. He dangled it in front of their faces right before he stole this election to garner up support, and these people never stopped to think, hey, that
you elect a pedophile and a rapist, what do you expect? You know, and what's so funny is like, oh, there's nothing here. Oh yeah, they just locked Epstein up in jail with no bail, nothing, because they had no evidence. Come on.
And to put salt into the wound, now there's rumors that he's talking about pardoning Ghislaine. Now he's talking about pardoning.
Go ahead and do Diddy too while you're ahead at Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like
pardon.
It wasn't the conning, it wasn't the fraud, it wasn't the blatant fucking criminality. It was the he said he was going to release the Epstein files and he hasn't. Now we're having a fit.
You know who
the deep state truly is.
And now they're trying to change that story to, well, Biden could have, of course, everything goes back to Biden. Biden could have released it, but he didn't because there's Democrats on the list. If there are Democrats on the list, fucking hang them all. Hang them all. Round them all and fucking hang them. I'm not going to
trying to change it now to say that Biden and Obama wrote a lot of stuff that was it's like, no, they didn't. They didn't investigate.
It's ridiculous. it's, I mean, they keep moving the goalposts and and it's like, why can't you understand that the man is a career criminal, a rapist, a fraudster, a 2-bit huckster from Queens, New York, who wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire? Why is that so hard to understand? You know, like, I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Lori, you got announcements?
I do. If you would like to have a reading with me in the month of August, you can go to thewayofpositivechange.com and scroll down to book an appointment. And I was hoping to go to the protest. I don't know. I'm having 2 root canals on Wednesday morning because I couldn't go last Wednesday. So we'll see if I can make it to the protest or not. And my schedule this week is going to be a little crazy. If you have a reading with me, I'm going to get in touch with everyone, but my cat is not doing very well. Zinni's having asthma issues, pretty tough. The last couple of nights has been pretty tough, and I'm just giving her some more medicine, but we got to go back into the vet. So I'm hoping they can get her back in pretty fast. But that's all that's going on with me.
I hope she's okay. The kitty.
She's older. I don't know, because she found me. I took her in, but she found me. So I don't know. I'm guessing like I don't, not
like
quite
15 or so.
She's got to be close to that. Yeah. But you know,
Lucy's 15 now.
Yeah, I just didn't expect her to get asthma of all things. So, and it just keeps getting worse. So, gonna have to come up with something. Anyway, that's all I got. So hopefully they'll just give her more medicine. We're just gonna make her comfortable. Mystery Achiever sent me a thing about some inhalers that you can give them. I don't know if she's gonna.
It goes over their whole face, doesn't it?
Oh, we'll see. We will see.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you got to
do. On Johnny.
You want to say something? I know you like to be on camera. We're live right now if you want to say something. Okay. Have a special guest.
Is your niece there? Oh.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Where's the pins? Where's the pins? Look at his butthole mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Donald with 2 D's.
Stab the shit out of him for me, Johnny.
You forgot his lapel pin. You got to have a lapel pin so that the UN knows what side you're on. So there's his pin. There's his lapel. Got to have an earring. Remember, he was wounded.
Had his lobe shut.
Oh, I missed. You know, as boys can't find the hole, right? Okay, let's try it again. I can't find.
Oh,
that was close. Let me try again. I'm looking in the camera. I'm trying to.
Wait, Johnny! I gotta make you bigger. Hold on.
That didn't work.
Wait, hold on.
I missed again.
How do I make you bigger? Hold on.
Drag him over where you are.
There you go. Oh my God.
Let's try one more. I missed again. There we go. Gotta have a set.
Oh my
Can't
God.
have one earring. There you go.
Where's his catheter?
Man.
Johnny, give him some nipple piercings on his yam tits, dude.
I'm out of needles.
You're out of needles.
Johnny can't find this room. It's too small.
So he just wanted to say hi. But as for me, I got nothing.
The little shroom.
Johnny. Oh God.
That
I
was
love that
awesome.
kid. I love that kid. I
He
love
just
him.
wanted to say hi. That's all.
Oh,
Girl, he needs one for each yam tit.
yeah. Yeah.
Old yam
Ran
tits.
out. I'll buy him some for Christmas.
Oh my gosh, that was great. That was great. Oh my God, that made me cry.
Johnny, do you have JD Vance on his couch too, or just
No,
Donald?
but that person does sell a JD Vance though.
With the couch, though, or do you have to buy the
No
couch?
couch, but she does sell a JD Vance.
You have to put him on a couch.
He's got a round mouth too.
She started her business with face mask of all things, and then graduated to.
I love it.
I bet her business is good.
There you go, you guys. Go support small businesses. Get yourself a voodoo doll. It's a great stress reliever. You got pissed off watching the news, pull out your voodoo doll, stab the shit out of it. You'll feel better.
Oh,
They're
that was
little skulls.
The little skulls.
Oh, Lord.
Give him his lapel pin back, his purple heart.
His purple heart for getting shot in the ear and growing it back.
It's hard. He has a hard heart. You
throwing
can't.
it back, right? Like, oh my God.
It's a stone heart, Johnny. That's
Yeah, it
why.
won't go through.
They said that
Black and
some of the MAGA people are burning their hats, and someone said in class they heard they were going to start making them rainbow hats with "Make America Gay Again."
Oh Lord.
To
Peggy wants to know where you got that, Johnny.
Etsy. I mean, you can find you just type it in, Trump doll, voodoo doll.
Voodoo
Etsy.
doll.
But this is the store. It's called The Threaded Spool is the name of the store. Focus again. But that's what it's called. The Threaded Spool. But you can find them all over.
The threaded spool.
Yes.
Very cool. Why is it orange outside my window?
There's Donald Trump's in the sky.
No, it was all the clouds were built because there's a big balloon. I have to go check.
He's being raptured.
Oh, they want to know if the pins come with it.
Yes. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Thank you, SW.
Let me tell you, if I threw that in a litter box, the cats would try to cover it up like a turd.
Because it is.
I'm telling y'all, get you a voodoo doll. Practice some voodoo. It's good for the soul. Makes you feel good. Great stress reliever.
One more time. The Threaded Spool. But I got nothing.
Buy extra pins.
Hey, man, Michael's because Joanne Fabrics went out of business, but, go visit Michael.
I think she sells extra pins if you need extra pins
Oh,
on
awesome.
her Etsy page.
Those are awesome.
I love it. I love it.
That was great.
I've seen some of the Mexican stores here in San Diego that sell Trump piñatas, which is great. So you can beat the shit out of it with a stick,
And then actually get something out of it for a change.
Yeah.
Don't forget the pins. Get some nails and screws. Joyce, I'm going to send you to the cornfields if you're not careful. She cracks me up.
Oh, so. Yep.
That's all I got.
That's
Does it
all.
have a Melania one too?
That's what we needed.
Get the whole family in. Oh, a Stephen Miller. Need a
Oh,
Stephen
yeah.
Miller one that hangs
Really
upside down.
need.
I don't have creepy baby head.
Oh, what happened to Creepy Baby Head? Did you throw him out? Or?
Buried in the closet somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Don't get rid of Creepy Baby Head, dude. Creepy Baby Head is cool. That's like your wizard staff.
It
We'll get a stick and put this at the end of it, I think, now.
Yeah.
Now you're wanting me to go. Now you're making me want to go get a piñata so I can beat the shit out of it.
I'll send this to you.
Oh.
That's what we should do, is mail it around the world and each person just sticks another pin in it.
Speaking of, did you see that Annabelle is on the move again? They took her to Pennsylvania and some shit happened in Pennsylvania. They took Annabelle, the doll, to Pennsylvania, and then like within a couple of hours, the entire emergency system to like dial 911 and everything went down.
What?
Annabelle, the possessed doll that everybody's trying to get them to take Annabelle.
Okay, I don't want anybody. I don't want to know anything about that. Not I want to know about that.
We're all asking them to take Annabelle to Washington, D.C.
Or Mar-a-Lago.
I don't know, but Annabelle they took her to Louisiana, and then there was a jailbreak. Everybody broke out of the prison. And then one of the old plantation farms caught on fire.
I did hear that.
So, there was that whole story about Annabelle, the demon possessed doll, but I don't think it is. I'm just here for the funnies. So, since she's on a world tour, take her to Washington.
Of course. Just be careful where you put her.
Mm-hmm.
But we like some of
in the Oval Office if you're taking requests. So, yep. Anything else, you guys? No?
Can't top that.
I mean, you can't top Johnny's voodoo doll. That was fantastic. So, anyways, well, you guys want to start with the stuff we were talking about backstage with Epstein and stuff? I'm gonna sit this one out because I hurt, so I'll just let go.
You just direct us. We'll read.
Well, I'll let Lori go because she was given the whole 411 with the videos and stuff, and since I didn't get a chance to see it, can you catch us up on that? What we were talking about, Lori? The videos and stuff?
Yeah, sure. On Legal AF, they had a couple of the guys, some of the legal genius wizards and scholars or whatever, not Popak and Marcellus, these were two old guys. And they had this, I was driving, and they had this other third guy come on that was author Michael Wolff. And he started talking, and they were asking him all kinds of questions about all of the, loads and loads and hours of tapes that he had on Trump, and come to find out that he had
and Epstein. He interviewed Epstein.
Right. Come to find out he had loads and loads and loads of hours and hours on Epstein, because Epstein, as Trump and Epstein were thick as thieves, then he wanted a book written about himself, and he asked Mr. Wolff to write a book about him. So they did interview, and he interviewed Epstein a lot of times just about his friendship with Trump and what he thought of him and everything. And the questions just kept coming, and then somehow they were talking about Bannon and Steve Bannon. Turns out Steve Bannon and Epstein were very close friends. Were also thick as thieves.
That's one right there that kind of surprised me, Lori, because I know Steve Bannon is a piece of shit, but I never thought he was that sort of piece of shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I thought it was skeevy and easy and icky, but I didn't realize he was that icky. Yeah, but he is. All three of them are, and so they were also he also interviewed him and asked him what they thought of Trump. They both thought he was dumb. They thought he was innumerate. They thought he couldn't read in a spreadsheet. He had a very short attention span. He didn't read much, and they just couldn't believe that he just kept excelling and stuff, and that he knew the people that he knew. They did
getting away with stuff.
Yeah, they did say that he did know construction because his dad had at least taught him that. I mean, he understood when someone told him what was happening in a building. like something like that, a certain stage or something of construction. But so, yeah, so Bannon is sitting there saying, yeah, release it, man, release the list, you know. And here, he knew him so well. He knows who's on that list. He knows if there was a list or not, or what Bill Barr did with it, you know, when he went in to be the last person to talk to him.
And they're saying that video that the DOJ released of Epstein's last few hours has been edited. It's missing a whole minute.
Yep.
Yeah. And the angle of it's off. And Wolf said that he talked to Epstein when he was in prison to see how he was doing. Like he had this sort of friendship to keep the trust there so he could keep him talking kind of thing.
He did. And so
he talked to him the day where he died that night, or that Saturday morning early.
Marcia Ramirez is saying that she's talking about the pictures, Lori, about him with the girls that were
right. Yeah, but finish, Jen.
Well, he said the last thing Epstein said to him was that he was hanging in there, and it was interesting considering how he died.
Yeah, and that was he said like it was an hour or two before he found out that I'm still hanging in there.
Still hanging in there.
Or still hanging around.
Yeah.
I'm still hanging around. But they thought he was stupid. They really thought he was stupid. They were friends with him. They did all this stuff with him, but they thought he was dumb.
But then he also claimed that Epstein showed him like 12 different photos of Trump with topless young girls sitting in his lap, all that kind of stuff.
With messed up pants.
With messed up pants.
Yep. And then they also, he also went in the interview to say that that Epstein had made arrangements to go see Putin, but he wouldn't go so far to divulge in how much of that was true or not. But he was best friends with Trump. He probably went to see Putin way more than once, right? But then Michael Wolff said yes, and the story about MBS and Epstein getting together, and MBS and his father, MBS's father, went to Epstein's place. So the plot is so thick.
You cannot convince me that Spanky or somebody else didn't have apps in the prison. You cannot convince me. You can't, especially with Trump the way that he is. You cannot convince me. And allegedly, the last person to see him was Bill Barr.
Yeah,
you cannot convince me. You can't.
Well,
I wouldn't I would not put anything past him at all.
In that video too, it was kind of weird because there was someone with a hoodie on that you couldn't see their face that came and went too. It was like, who is that person? Like we never saw their face coming in a hoodie, going out in a hoodie.
Right. So I want to know because what's his name? Steve Bannon was saying, yeah, well, you know, they should release it and Pam Bondi should go down. She's hiding it because she has the information. And then he was at Turning Point speaking over the weekend. Well, apparently there's going to be, they're going to have another speech and someone's going to come out and speak about it. And it may just be delayed a little bit. And here he knows everything. He knows everything. So I want to know, when MAGA finds out, then is Bannon done? Is he done? That's my big question for the night. That's my thing I want to know.
Word to the wise to Steve Bannon: stay away from windows.
It's for real. Yeah. Is he done? When they find out, and people are telling me, I can't even tell you how many people I sent it to you three first.
Wasn't Bill Barr's dad deeply involved with Epstein?
Bill Barr,
he hired him.
And Pam Bondi was also involved.
In his case in Florida.
That's when they put that Alex Acosta guy that gave him the sweetheart deal. She was involved with all that stuff.
Yeah, that was later. But Bill Barr's dad gave Epstein a job at that college in New York, I think, teaching math that he didn't even have a degree to teach. And those poor girls, you know, you wait all this time to say anything about this, just to, you know he's going to come out with another book. That's what he does. But he specifically threw Bannon under the bus in this interview. It's out now.
You reap what you sow, Bannon. He's trapped in this. This is going to grow. They may try to manipulate it and spin it some, but this is going to grow. It's like, who else? What other oligarchs are on this list? I get Bannon's security is burdened. There's a little evidence that comes out, and then there's more. There's court documents that may have stuff about Bannon in it, and then stay away from those windows.
And those voodoo doll pins. What have you got, Johnie? Have just flipped slowly rise up.
It skipped past yes or no because I'm assuming, I guess it's yes, because it's explaining some things here. That with the judgment card, we're talking about the past at this point in the strength card in this spread. The Hermit and the Heropant, there's a person, or persons, because I have the Two of Cups. He has information on a few people within the government with the Heropant card. Here with the Hermit, this is going to come out about Bannon. And there's a bunch of people that he's connected to within the government, or at least were within the government at that time. And he's going to try to maybe use one of them or two or three or four as a scapegoat, because I see the people here in the Seven of Wands like trying to be defensive with whoever these people would represent. The Four of Cups, this is inevitable in the word of warning, and so this is kind of already here. So I think what he needs to do is try to get in front of the story and create whatever. Mind you, lies is the reason why they're in this situation in the first place.
Exactly.
You said way back when that we should release the Epstein files because you thought a bunch of Democrats was in it. And then your MAGA people sunk their teeth into it. So now they know it's there. Fast forward to Donald Trump being the target. Now all of a sudden it really doesn't exist. You can't tell them that because they already sunk their teeth into this. And so they are already waiting for the names. Then you tell me the names don't exist. So now I think you're hiding something. And so that's why all your MAGA people are all upset, because you snatched it from them when you told them it was there. So when they go on this journey to find Bannon, they will find the other breadcrumbs to the other people too. So is he done? Yes, because he can't help but be, because all of it's going to come out.
Now, Johnie, I'm going to need you to put an L for loser on Trump's little forehead there on the doll, or shrink down a version of the Five of Cups and pin to him.
He just kept, like Johnie said, lying and lying and lying. And it's like, where is it? And he got together with the other people. Where is it? We need to find it. We need to find this information. When all the time he knew everything, this whole time. And they are going to be mad, and they're going to say, you are such a fool. And you kept feeding us this and feeding this to us. And they're coming after him. They are coming after him big time. And he falls, and they're not having it. I got your Four Cups, Johnie, and he's gonna try to come out of this. I don't know what he's gonna try to spin, but I got up at the top. I got the Strength card, but that is also the Aleister Crowley Lust card. So you can bet he wasn't wearing 3 pens when he was with those girls and Epstein and everything else. If you're laying with dogs, you're going to have fleas. And so that's what I got. I think they're coming after him.
Is that an L?
There you go.
You guys have anything else on that Epstein list?
Oh yeah. Kash Patel, who was always like, we're going to get into the deep state and everything. Oh my God, I was laughing. Kash Patel's got a really pretty girlfriend that's like almost half his age out of Nashville, singer. What's his name? Hawks, that does the little shorts all the time. He showed a picture of her, and he's like, she is out of his league. You know, there's Kash Patel, cross-eyed Kash Patel, with this gorgeous younger 26-year-old woman, and it's like, you know, unless she's being paid a lot to be with him, there is no reason for her to be with him. But anyway, he's saying there's nothing to see here, nothing to see here. I want to know, have they destroyed any Epstein files? Because FBI would have control of these files, or should have.
Well, rumor has it he wants to quit.
Dan Bongo
Bongino.
drums. What's his name? Bongino Bongo drums. Walked out and hasn't been seen back at the FBI building. So there's rumors he may have quit.
Patel released a statement over the weekend that he's going to serve the president as long as he's called upon him.
Laura Loomer wants Donald Trump to do something about Bondi and put in DeSantis as AG. Like, what is wrong with you people?
I think just Dayton's going to go down because of this Everglades Alcatraz.
I say do it because, unfortunately, we got a piece of shit attorney general before during the Biden administration that didn't do a goddamn thing. Hopefully the next one isn't going to be messing around. So, and everybody around Trump always ends up with an indictment or in prison. So by all means, go ahead.
Okay, I totally forgot the question.
Did they destroy any Epstein files? You know, and Trump comes in, he gets rid of a whole bunch of people in DOJ and FBI and all that. Well, all those people left, that God knows if they took something with them.
I'm not getting destruction.
I'm not either.
I get the moon and the seven of swords, though, which means it's missing. So maybe somebody wants it as their insurance policy. That, because here's the Heropant. This is your government. This is also your elite. And so maybe the people on the name, those in positions of power, the ones who are up front, though. This is not just your, CEO of IBM type of thing. These are people, household names. The Four of Wands and the High Priestess, there's an agenda by someone. This is probably a department of something somewhere. And then the Nine of Wands. I don't get theft. I get somebody may be trying to use it to pressure someone later down the line. But it's a lot with the Empress.
I don't get theft either. I get there's an agreement somewhere. Somebody who was pushed out, in all the changes that Doge did, with Elon Musk and everybody coming in, somebody that was pushed out, I think, took all the evidence of the parties and stuff with them. There's an abundance of evidence that has been shared. So I think multiple people have some stuff on these files here. And I think there's more on Trump and Putin also. And how Putin was manipulating Trump, bullying him, pushing him to do something. So, somebody that's isolated from the government has got documents.
Yep, I get exactly the same thing. In fact, I was absolutely shocked at how much I got as far as there was no destruction. No, somebody's got them for self-enrichment,
Blackmail.
They're just holding, and they're just like, woohoo, we've got them, no problem. we're going to get some more money and more money and more money, and everything's going to be all right. But I think it would be great to ask if they're going to be shared, because this outcome card leads me to believe that there will be a balancing to this, that maybe a couple of people, because the Temperance card is about bringing two elements together to make a compound. So to me, I think there's going to be
somebody's going to bring it out. Let's ask, will someone, what'd you get, Becca?
Oh, what'd you get?
That there's several copies, there's alternatives. So, okay, you burnt the documents and you think you scrubbed it. There's alternatives here. There's different pathways. You see what I'm saying? So what was the next question?
Well, whoever has these other copies and stuff, will they bring it out to the light of day?
Yeah, will they publish them?
Will the public see this?
Yeah, and remember when Trump went up to greet MBS, and the guy came up and had that picture in his pocket and pulled it out and showed it to him, and they all were looking at it like this. It was just a weird thing, and then Trump took it and put it in his pocket. So let's see.
And remember too, when Pam Bondi, when they first got in, had all of those social media influencers, and she gave out copies of the Epstein report to all of these people. Like, there's something there, and then you tell them there's nothing there. Okay.
Well, there are because there's one lady who keeps reading transcripts from the trial, from Elaine's trial, and transcripts of things that were released through the court systems where the girls talk about Trump doing them. One really tied up.
I get Matter of Time. First cards is the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Ten of Swords would be ruin and loss, backstabbing as well. The Knight of Wands probably is the person there. Wherever they are, they're doing it from abroad, remotely type thing. So they're not, down at the Capitol or something. But the Eight of Pentacles detailed in the Wheel of Fortune time. So it's a matter of time for the details come out. Then I end with the Star and the Nine of Pentacles. Something you thought was maybe secure is coming out. This is futuristic though, and it will take up a lot of media space, center of attention type of thing. So yes, when, I don't know.
I got a couple of interesting things. Children or a child delivered for abuse. A child visits abuse. The whip is also sex. I asked if the full Epstein list would be released, so perhaps some of it may have to do with the names of minors, but there's children that are delivered for sex or abuse. That's a yes. Suspicious or manipulative with the fox. Foreign with the ship. Betrayer and liar with that card. That makes me think Israel's the one that's doing the blackmailing, because it's someone suspicious and manipulative from abroad that's a betrayer. So either someone that has beef with Israel or something along those lines that has this information. Because this is suspicious, suspicious, foreign, betrayer. Make sense? So, just saying.
You going, Jen?
I get, yes. I'm getting somebody that was moved on, who's kind of like sitting on it, going to surprise everybody with in the secret little love nest things. This is going to slowly, so maybe a couple of months. What I'm getting is that they're in secret, they're feeling burdened, like they need a little protection before they do it. I also get that there may be something in it about an ordered hit like someone in authority taking somebody out. If you whistleblow, like a whistleblower who knew about this. Strength on it coming out though. This is going to come out rather quickly, but I think it'll be a couple of months. And I also get that there's women that some of these young girls that are now women may also have some evidence, pictures, videos.
Wow.
That may come out.
That would be amazing. I started off with that there's a betrayal going on already. So I feel like this could have been maybe if 3 specific directions this has been split. And somehow I think Musk knows about this. And this is definitely about money, and it's coming from different places like you guys got, definitely. But it is on its way. Like it is on its way. And one person that has it was uncertain, just not certain, was analyzing, couldn't move, was sort of frozen. And then because of a fight happened, then they're like, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm going for it. That was my outcome card. And then I got this on the way up was the 7 of Wands. So, I think on a scale from 0 to 10, we're at 7. So we got to be really close now. I mean, that author knew what he was doing when he told those guys. And then Steve Bannon was this close to him. He knew exactly what he was doing. And I don't know if he's Jewish or not. I was trying to type it in, but I don't know if he is or not. And then Michael Pocock came back on, like 21 hours later, and then he released the video from those 2 guys to make sure many more people. And you can bet it's going to be over there on Midas Touch. You can bet that's coming next. If it hasn't already, someone in the chat can tell me. But we're very close.
Becca, you and I were talking in the pre-show. There's very reputable people who are releasing information that Epstein at one time worked for Israel as sort of a inside person because they didn't want another JFK or Democrat, in the White House. And it goes back to the 80s and 90s that Epstein was paid to get close to Democrats like Bill Clinton, people like that, so that he could try to get dirt on them to hang over their heads for blackmail or whatever to keep them from getting in power. Now, the fact that Bill Clinton got elected twice tells you he couldn't get anything. But there's also a connection with, I always talk about this, Adnan Khashoggi, Jamal Khashoggi's uncle. He was the first person that sold Trump his yacht back in the 1988, 89. He was involved with Ollie North and the Iran-Contra affair and selling arms and working with Israel and the Saudis and everything and selling arms. And supposedly Epstein's plane may have been used to deliver some of those. Adnan Khashoggi was a multi-billionaire at one time. Had a lot of clout with them, but he eventually had a falling out kind of with Israel and Saudi Arabia, and by the time he died he was down to like 8 million instead of like 4 billion that he had at one time. I want to look at that, like, was Epstein working for Israel?
Okay, let's look at it.
Because at the time, Netanyahu, his first term as prime minister was in 1996, when Clinton was in his second term. So the timing of it.
Epstein working for the Israeli government. Thanks, Patricia Franzino, for typing questions.
By the way, also in 96, 97, when Princess Diana died, Adnan Khashoggi's sister was Dodi Al-Fayed's mother.
Wow.
Yeah, I did a video January I think it was January 19th of 2019 where I went through a lot of this. If you want to go find that video.
Yes. Does Epstein have a boat too?
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure he did because he had an island.
Yeah, I know him. Oh,
Because he's a go-between, like some liaison, like a middleman type of thing. There's the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands. So Six of Wands being the celebrity person, center of attention. Also the solution man. And the Six of Swords would be the travel, but this is over the water. The Eight of Wands is travel through the air. So he's a communicator between here and there, is what I get. Whatever that would mean.
I got a yes. I only pulled one card, but that's a yes. Affairs, love, generosity. Yes. Desire. Yes.
I got a big yes. I got just like Johnny got. He was a go-between.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Sorry, Lori. Someone is saying that Ghislaine Maxwell's father worked for Mossad and was murdered off the side of a boat. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yes, he's tied in also. That's why one of the reasons why Epstein got involved with Ghislaine, her dad. All these people are connected, guys. They're all connected.
They are.
I get a yes. He's
Wait. Lori was going and I interrupted. I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
No, it's okay. But my first card out was the Tower. You know, I mean, it was just, and then my outcome card is big fat yes. I mean, it couldn't get big fatter or yeser. You know. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I get traveling around everything. I get a big yes. Here he was in secret, a spy, trying to push an agenda, and trying to keep people out of his work. He was an emissary for someone else, which would be like Israel, because that's who we're asking about, someone overseas. And because of that, a lot of people were blocked from looking into his parties because of his connections. So almost like he's like a double agent kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's just like it's all coming together.
Yeah, and Manafort's going to be linked in this, because he and Roger Stone, all they did was lobby for crooks all around the world, like the Philippines. What's the one that had all the shoes? Imelda Marcos and her husband that were ousted in the Philippines. They lobbied for them. They're all tied together. They're all a bunch of crap people.
Wow. All right.
I have a question. Jenny and I were talking the other day. And I was asking her, like, who do you think is in this list? And she brought up two names that I was like, oh shit, damn, I didn't even think of that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Alito and Thomas. I can definitely see Thomas because that guy has had sexual allegations against him for decades.
Yep.
Alito, I'm not so sure, but I wouldn't my jaw would stay in place if it came out. So can we ask if either one of them were partying on the island?
For
entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
We know Thomas went to Bohemian Grove and all. Yes, I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but some of this shit's real, y'all. It's just who to put it on.
All right, so did either Justice Alito or Clarence Thomas go to Epstein Island? Did they have foul play there with?
Or even in his mansion in New York, because Epstein would take girls up there too.
Yeah, they did all kinds of stuff. Anywhere were they entertaining with Epstein and young females? I want to say that.
Well, I get something very interesting. I'm curious to see what you guys got.
What have you got?
I got the garden, the bear, and the tree. The garden would be a party.
And the bear climbed the tree.
Yeah. A party. And with a lot of very wealthy individuals that are pretty solid. There's a hierarchy to it. That's a yes, but not just Alo and Thomas. This is an organization that's very, 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 very deeply financed.
A Leonard Leo?
A Leonard Leo Heritage Foundation sort of situation.
Or garden bear tree could also be Bohemian Grove, where all these rich, wealthy oligarchs go. The tree, the grove.
Yeah. So anybody that's part
a
of
socializing group,
that little social club of rich elites, my jaw would stay in place. That's the Heritage Foundation, right?
Bohemian Grove. No, it's not. I mean, they're a part of it, but it's just a lot of wealthy people.
There's a party of super wealthy people that are right now involved with stuff that has to do with healthcare, because this would be health, net health, garden and tree. So I wouldn't be surprised. Heritage Foundation, Federalist Society, whatever. There's a large, huge party of very wealthy individuals, and they were part of the hierarchy. So I would say my jaw would stay in place. Yes. Entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purposes only.
Three of Pentacles, collaboration, justice. Knight of Wands, relations. The Star, yes. With the Three of Pentacles, I was asking, is either of them? And I was in my head prepared to see one of the kings, if not both of them. But it's kind of bigger or deeper than that. The Three of Pentacles is a collaboration. This is usually people from different walks of life. And so it's a lot of them. It's not just those two, but to answer the question, yes, but it's a bunch of them.
I get a yes on the bottom, and what I get is even before they became justices, it's like they were screened by getting them involved to see if they would, by someone higher up than them, like a Leonard Leo. That's a way they were screened to see if they would fall in line and comply. And I get definitely inside men on the parties, getting lots of money from these wealthy men. This is routine. So they did it a lot and in service to these wealthy men. Secrets, lover rendezvous in abundance. How's that?
Yep. And it wasn't just about young females. There were young males there. Yep. But yeah, they definitely were lusty, you know. That's the Aleister Crowley's lust card. And they went. They were all in bed together. They all went to go. They all drank the drinks and did the things together.
The same people taking women's rights away are the ones that are over there raping,
abusing
girls.
Yep. Amazing. And there's a lot of rumor just for, and you know what, I'm not going to say it. There's also famous actors.
Oh yeah.
Like DiCaprio.
Oh, absolutely. Mr. I'm such an environmentalist, my ass, dude. He only dates women that are no older than 25, and once before they turn 26, he dumps them. You cannot tell me that kid doesn't have a kink for those that are under 18. You can't. But whatever. Anyways.
Whatever.
Supposedly Peter Teal met with Epstein a lot too, and I found that interesting because Teal is known gay. I think Epstein was probably bi. I would not surprise me if he did some young boys along with some young girls. I know that's just disgusting to have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know, is Peter Teal on the client list?
Okay.
Will anything come out about that?
Peter Teal. He on the client.
He's got some really kinky thoughts about society in general. So
my first card out of the deck. The Lover's card. Wow. Wow, he's all over this because I think he was, I don't know if he went to, he must have done something and he was in a big relationship with somebody and he doesn't want that getting out and he is all over this and there's information coming out about his involvement with this very soon. Sorry, I kind of skipped over him.
I get a yes. Widespread abuse and communications about it, meetings about it, negotiations about it. But I would also not be surprised because this is technology. This is abuse and sex and criticism. I would also not be surprised outside of his PayPal ventures and Palantir and everything else if he's not some sort of a silent sort of person in some porn website or something like that as well. But I get a yes that he was on the client list. Possibly also phone logs as well. So just saying.
Yeah.
I get a yes. I got that winning at all cost things, an abundance of offers. Yeah, he used Epstein to harvest people for him. He's quite nervous about this, but I get he is trapped in it, and he may end up having to defend himself from this. And he was an inside person. This is just going to get chaotic. This is just going to get chaotic. He may be behind trying to block all this from coming out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, especially after he got involved in fixing our elections, right? But
Johnny, you need to stick your pin in Trump.
He may know something about Epstein's death also. He may have like kind of been in the know on that.
Yeah. The government's trying to stop him by doing something too. He's got some big problems here. Like he's got big problems.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat was saying that Peter Teal is against abortion for all women, even though he's gay. He's an ejaculation that should have never gotten a name. I'm just saying he should have went right down the drain or swallowed.
Because when you think of all of the sperm that could have made it, that's the one that made it through, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one night. Somebody should have had a headache and gone to bed without their.
I get no on the list, but yes on the involvement. Because I think for whatever reason, this is coming up like he was connected to this woman. Queen of Wands has always been Ghislaine for me. And that's who he's connected to. So you could say maybe off the record, off the books type thing. But involvement, yes, because there she is. But the first card I get was 5 and 5 saying no. But he's involved, just maybe not on a list somewhere, which doesn't really matter.
You always get the Queen of Wands for Ghislaine, because she's the hoe of the tarot.
She's liberated.
The Queen of Wands is the only queen with her.
Queen of Wands is liberated. Ghislaine is a whore.
Who abused. Now, here's the thing. I don't have any issues with women that are sexually liberated. You want to be a prostitute? Go be a prostitute.
If it's consensual.
Be a porn star. What Ghislaine Maxwell did was she helped abuse young women.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
She took complete advantage of them.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so angry at that man just now coming out with this information. I'm like, you could, because it's just, he's just as skeezy as them, because he's not even thinking of these women. And they're saying there's up to 1,000 girls that were involved in this.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I believe it. And he didn't say anything. Oh, I saw pictures of him with young girls that were topless. Why didn't you say anything when you saw the picture? Why did you
listen at that point?
Why did you wait decades? Oh, you were scared of what? An orange clown with a dick the size of a fucking gnat? Like what?
They asked Michael Wolff. They asked him, "What are you going to do with all the tapes where you interviewed Epstein, and Trump?" And oh, I don't know. I'm like, dude, he's going to write another book or sell it for movie rights or something.
I just can't with these people. I'm sick of it.
He's profiting off the suffering of children is what he's doing. So he's no better, in my opinion, than Epstein and Trump.
And by not doing anything and not saying anything, you are also giving a permission slip to commit violence against women.
Right?
That's right. And profiting off it by writing his damn books.
Exactly. How about go ahead.
No, go ahead, Lori.
I was just going to change the dial a little bit and tell everybody, we were talking right before we went on, that when Becca did that grand tableau a month ago, I was trying, if you haven't seen that, make sure you go back and watch it. But she mentioned that that a lot of this was going to start, not the Epstein stuff, but Trump's unfolding, which is what's happening. Because if MAGA's burning red hats, that's like them shooting Budweiser cans, okay? There's a problem. There's a problem coming up now because of this. If they're burning hats, because that's like
even their podcasters are turning on them. The Joe Rogans and
no, fuck those people. And
I know.
I'll say fuck those people simply because you helped hand out the Kool-Aid.
Joe Rogan said, "Give me a Democrat that's centrist, and I'll vote for them." We gave you Kamala Harris. She's kind of centered. She's not
exactly.
And here's
really progressive.
In that grand tableau, that Epstein thing does not get resolved within the year. It does not get resolved. It's Coffin in the House of Ryder, Dog in the House of Coffin. Was it Anchor in the House of Moon, and Letter in the House of Ring? That Epstein thing does not get resolved within the timeline of that tableau. So I would expect it to be ongoing for a year.
Yeah. For over a year.
But you were saying about the time when Trump's demise was starting to happen, was there was also going to be a storm in the Gulf that would be headed towards a city on the water that had a fleur-de-lis. And so you thought it was New Orleans.
Yeah, I thought Louisiana, because that's the only thing that I could think of. Right.
And so there's currently a tropical watch going on in the area between like where I live on the Gulf Coast, the southwest Gulf Coast of Florida, over towards New Orleans. So it's under that watch and it's developing right now. So that may have been what you saw intuitively, because that wasn't in your, there's no cards.
It was in the cards. I was just interpreting them as symbols at that point. But
okay.
it was in the grand tableau, but you were also getting around August. Something was coming.
Oh yeah, because I had that dream August 16th, 2020. I almost said 1920. Oh God, I'm showing my age.
Yep.
No, but yeah, August 16th, 24, that we signed up for one more year. And then someone sent me, I think it was Rose Blue that sent me. No, it was Peg. Oh God, anyway, she sent me that case in New York, rolling book has now been, they couldn't yank it away. They couldn't dismiss it. In fact, now that judge got so pissed or something, they said, I'm moving it up. It's not going to be in September. It's going to be in August.
And they got the money for the recount too. They got the money for the recount. And then they started looking at the results in North Carolina and they said, what the fuck? Because I know for a goddamn fact that son of a bitch did not sweep North Carolina, just like he did not sweep all of the fucking 7 swing states.
Huh.
So the
Before
one
we go to that, I got one more Epstein question, especially since we talked about the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Ghislaine Maxwell petitioned the Supreme Court in April of 2025 this year to overturn her conviction. Will they?
Will the Supreme Court overturn her conviction? Because she probably knows where some of those files are.
Probably set some of those Supreme Court justices up on little party games.
The Emperor fell out, and then there's the Magician. If she needs help, she needs to petition in particular person and not the Supreme Court as a whole. So if there is a justice that can help her, but this is not a justice. This is somebody else within leadership. So if it's not Donald Trump necessarily either, maybe it could be foreign. Emperor is a foreign leader for me. And so maybe there's someone foreign, but here is the gift, the Ace of Pentacles, but it comes with the 9 of Swords. And so it's not guaranteed, but she needs to talk to someone in power and not them necessarily.
Yeah, I just did the base of the back because they're saying, you know, we're going to help you, but we're not going to give you everything you want. Ooh, they're split.
Speaking, but not doing a ruling is what I'm getting. Because there is someone that supports her on the Supreme Court. I'm not sure that they'll take this case up because I'm getting like bad news card here. But it could be because this person is an inside person with her that knows what she did routinely for work. So I'm getting like, there could be a surprise twist to this.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they'll take it up. I don't think the justices will touch this. So they may return it back down to the lower court, but there's something they're going to say in their documents, you know, when they like take a case or they don't take a case, they have those speaking documents. There's something they're going to say to her, kind of like how Clarence Thomas gave direction to Eileen Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
In a speaking document. There's something somebody's going to say in a document that will get her to return to another way of looking at it to try to get off.
Be set free.
Elaine
is going to be set free. She's going to get out somehow. She's going to get out. There's going to be a big fight over this, but she's going to get out.
I'm telling y'all, don't be a black person trying to sell cigarettes on the street corner.
Nope.
Or allegedly a kid popping off a CEO, because they will hang you. Now go and commit all sorts of atrocious crimes so long as you are well connected and have money, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Trump said it himself. I can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue. Yeah, you really could. You really fucking could. So going back to New York, the stuff with New York, Lori, that you were saying.
What was I saying about New York? I forgot.
About the votes in Rockville.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Speeding it up
They're speeding it up to August.
for the recounts.
For the recounts. Pennsylvania has also entered the chat for recounts as well. I forget what county it was, but they found the same thing. Everybody voted down ballot, and the person that was running in the Senate or whatever overperformed, and Kamala Harris got 0.
It's incredible.
0 votes. And Trump overperformed everything. He even overperformed. And this is and part of the reason that they fucked up so hard, not only because they made it so big, but it looks like they used the same algorithm for everywhere. Like each one didn't have its individual code to change votes. They just made one code and applied it everywhere.
It must always F everything up.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, he's in there. He's in there right now. The problem is going to be taking him out like a fucking tick. Go ahead, Johnny.
Your plan always has a chance to fail. When you steal something, always has a chance to fail. You left evidence somewhere.
Right.
The right person just has to look for it. Because that algorithm is a telltale sign for the right person looking at it. Because anybody with an investigative brain, and there's a lot of people, they look at patterns and things like that. And I remember watching, not watching, because the type of thing, I don't know, weirds me out. The ID channel, I was watching it one day, though. And this man killed somebody, but you know how they found him is because he stepped in the tomatoes that the woman was growing when he was climbing through her window and left a footprint. Outside of that, or a shoe print, outside of that, they wouldn't have found him. There's always something. It just takes a while.
Yep, the scream and go. They always, and that's the thing, like you start to get election experts like Dr. Walter Mabane or however you pronounce it.
Chris Krebs too.
Yeah. People that are international experts. These are the people that other governments call and say, yo, we need help. You know, so it's not some thought out conspiracy theory a la the Kraken lady, what was her name? Sidney Powell or whatever her name was, that it was the space lasers and the dead freaking drug cartel guy that was switching. None of that stuff. People are actually looking at numbers and going, this is irregular. All the polls were wrong. Every single poll throughout the entire country was wrong, except the one that was doing gambling with coin on the internet. That's the only one that was right. Everybody else got it wrong. Like it's incredible to me. It's incredible to me. And what's even more disheartening is I have been on a very, 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 very thin line with the Democrats for years now. And to see how quickly they all caved without even asking a fucking question.
I was just gobsmacked.
Especially Jamie Raskin. I held that man to such a high standard, a constitutional lawyer that tells it how it is. And, there's no way that he's getting in. The Constitution forbids it. Not a word out of his fucking mouth. So either someone told him to shut up and step in line, or that was all bullshit coming out of his mouth.
I got that Biden did that. It's like, we're not going to be like them. Our election system is foolproof. It was.
Well, I mean, when you think about what they did, because mind you, this last attempt at impeachment got the Democrats to cave on the people who wanted to push it forward. But there was one before that too, brought up by one guy. I forget his name. Starts with a T at the end. They did the same thing to him, even called him names, so that he didn't go and try to bring up impeachment either.
And here's the thing. here's the thing. If they put in as much energy as they're doing right now to go against that kid that just won mayor in New York, or that's going to be running, if they put that same level of energy towards Donald Trump, we would not be in the situation.
Exactly.
So don't talk to me about we're Dems, we need to stick together. Fuck you, because all these motherfuckers are doing is sitting around and trying to keep the status quo that has brought us absolute failure. Failure. Oh, for that.
That got us that. Yeah, over that. Yeah. And we need to, you know, let Hoke, what's his name? David Hoke, like him.
Yeah.
People like him have hands and AOC.
Yeah. And Desmond Crockett. You know, like I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. And then, you know, oh, we need to stick together. We need to stick together. Then don't complain when nothing never changes. Because
we can stick together, but stick together around the stuff that makes sense, not just sitting on our hands and say, wait for the midterms. Even if everything you try fails, at least try something.
Right.
Because you have a hole in the wall and there's water coming through. Do you just sit and let it flood your house, or do you try to stick something in there and maybe not so much water comes through? We have to try something. Stick behind that. I will rally behind that. I don't care what it is. If you just say, okay, we're going to go outside the White House and throw spoons at it, fine. At least you thought of something. But to just sit there, say nothing, do nothing, I don't understand that part. I can't get behind that part. Because he is literally destroying the whole world. And the Democrats are saying, wait 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing. Why we don't want to be like them. Donald Trump has 78 years of being a career criminal. I'm not just saying it because I don't like him. Check the records. He has been a career criminal his entire life. We watched him try to steal an election the last time. What would make you think that he would not do it again, given the opportunity and the minions he had working for him to get into the fucking voting machines? That wasn't like, oh, you know, whatever. Sidney Powell, they had a fucking website with the codes for everybody on the fucking Cyber Ninjas. And we're supposed to believe that when he was facing 4 felony indictments across four jurisdictions, he wouldn't do it again. We're just supposed to say, okay, yeah, well, he won. When we watched him do it,
and he admitted it.
And he did it.
And he admitted it himself out loud.
I don't fucking understand it. I don't understand it, but whatever. Anyways, so can we ask? I don't even know how to word it because I just got flustered, but like we're seeing all the irregularities everywhere now that the numbers are being crunched. That is a statistical impossibility.
Right.
You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning 100 million times in one day than Donald Trump winning this election the way that he did. Winning, and I'm using that term very loosely because we know he didn't. When the evidence comes out, not speculation, actual hard evidence, like, okay, we did a recount. The recount does not match the results. Here's all the stuff that wasn't counted. Is that going to gain traction? And what will the results be of that?
Okay, so let's see. Are they going to start looking for? Stop it, Jennie. Are they going to start looking at? Is this going to gain traction? Mm-hmm. More states, more investigations, more votes.
Because I mean, the other day, I want to say about a week or two ago, I saw a video. It was on Secular Talk, where he's already talking about rigging the midterms.
I gotta help my cat here for a second. Do I just hit the little?
Yeah.
I think I just. Come on, Jennie.
Might want to mute that microphone too, Lori. By the way, don't ever eat a bunch of watermelon before going live on YouTube.
TMI, ma'am. TMI.
Nina has a huge watermelon over there. I still don't understand how you have an issue with that, because I could eat that whole thing and not have a problem.
I have a follow-up question to this. I was listening on my phone.
His tableau says something about an investigation too. I did a tableau class, and he comes up in the House of Investigation for the United States, because this was just a general read, and he still, because we programmed him for a card since he is supposed to be the president, he comes up in the House of Hermit investigation. I'll believe when I see it, though. But there's an investigation. But there's the Ace of Cups, so whoever is doing this is not someone who has done it in the past, or is not someone who's doing it currently, because this is new energy with the Ace of Cups. The Judgment card and the Seven of Swords, this is about theft. Not just about theft, but theft about choice. And so there's your voting theft, but this is also like circling around, because they're looking at maybe a pattern, because the Judgment is a card of loops, because it's something that reoccurs. So maybe something that he did before, since they won't drop 2020, you might as well bring it up. Mm-hmm. And so there's something that happened before the King of Cups and the Six of Cups, nostalgia and Joe Biden. And so there's something there too. Especially there's a place, was it Pennsylvania? It might have been, where Joe Biden was accused of cheating. And then they recounted something, and then he got more votes than he actually did the first time. And so there's something around there too, because again, nostalgia, but innocence for Joe Biden. But yeah, Seven of Swords, theft, and the Hermit investigation. Show me, though.
Yeah, I know, Johnny, I know. Because it's very disheartening to think, because, you know, he's installed all the cronies. The only way I can see it happening is at the state level. And when the states are done, present the evidence, go, yeah, motherfucker, you don't belong there. You do not belong there. As a matter of fact, here's some silver handcuffs from our fucking state.
And really, that's not all you need, but that's a really good chunk, because if one state can prove an irregularity, then follow the trail. Somebody else has got it too. Somebody else has got it. Well, hell, let's do all 50 and see what happened. There's an irregularity somewhere other than just that one place, especially if you claim to win all swing states.
Especially when we know, because it was not a secret, it was all over the news, what the Kraken lady was doing with the fucking voting machines. And then nobody decided to go do a fucking follow-up checkup to see if those things were even okay to use. It's like somebody breaking into your house. They disarm the alarm system, break into your house, and you're like, oh yeah, it's fine. I don't need to call the company to come redo my house. Nah, it's fine.
This has momentum. This has a lot of momentum. It's got a lot of dims, a little bit nervous here, but there's a surprise of at least 3 states that are going to work on these connections that have been going on a long time. I get a big old yes on yes, this has momentum. And how they tempered the votes and cast them out. They're going to look into how this was done. I think it'll end up in the courts.
To the person in the chat that was saying about Tina Peters being in prison right now for what she did in Colorado, which was grant them access to the software and then posting it online so everybody knew what every single voting machine and tabulation machines did and their software. He's trying to get her out of that. That was reported about a week or two ago that he's trying to get her out of the state charges. So why would he do that?
Of course.
I'm just asking because apparently the Democrats and Joe Biden think this is totally fucking kosher. You know.
Meanwhile, what's the child name? Mike Lindell. Mm-hmm. He's not helping. Mike Lindell paid Tina Peters. He was funding her to do all of that. Mind you, he gets no help, no nothing. He's in trouble now because his lawyers put a briefing in front of the court that was written by AI. So bless his heart. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go.
And what gets me, Johnny, is that we got by the bunch of stupidest fucking villains ever. It's not like they're even a cool, smart villain. They're all a bunch of fucking idiots, you know? So how does that make us look?
Well, we let them do it. We just will do it. They just would. It's just like they said. You know, our voting system is scam proof, and we're not going to be like them. Thank you, Yahara Medium. But yeah, so they were like, no, well, we're just not going to look at this. We're just going to take it laying down. We're not going to look at it. Don't look here. There's nothing to see here. But yes, is it gaining traction? It sure is. People are coming out of. People are on this to try to save us. They're just trying to come, and it's going to go several places. There's money being thrown at this. They're going to look at several places and try to put an end to it, and it ends up in the court as the outcome card, just like Jen got.
I got a series of unfortunate events that reveal a betrayal. So that would be
I got a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Because Trump always tries to get ahead of bad news coming out, like he tries to get ahead of when stuff about Epstein comes out. Well, you know, he's called for an investigation into the 2020 elections to show that he was robbed.
Which tells you what?
Which tells you he's trying to get ahead of this stuff that's about to come out. Is Trump nervous about what's coming out in these cases?
Let's do it. Let's look. I also want to know if he's going to be impeached.
Yeah, is he trying to get ahead of it by calling for an investigation into 2020?
Is he trying to get it? Of course he is.
Or what I think really what I think happened is they tried to cheat, but didn't do it big enough or didn't do it the right way.
Yeah, they were only successful in a few states, probably.
That's why he was screaming they cheated, because they tried to cheat and their cheat was not successful.
Which made them think, how did this not work?
Yeah.
Right.
You must have done something because I cheated and it should have worked.
Yeah.
He's doing this because
is he nervous about what's coming out in these cases? Because he's already admitted he cheated.
I'm going to say yes, even though I don't get the nervous card because yes, I mean, it's him. But I do get the 8 of Swords. 9 of Swords is more of your nervous. But the 8 of Swords is more trying to limit something or trap something, because the 4 of Swords, because he wants the Emperor here. He wants the structure and the power for himself. He also is trying to create new leadership. So maybe this is like their playbook for the midterms or something like that. So he's trying to balance the 2 of Pentacles. He's trying to balance the this and the that, what he had and what is coming towards him. This is not his game, though. He is not a numbers person. He is not a strategic person. He is a manipulating person. And so what he needs is the field soldiers. So looking at him is the shiny distraction. Looking at who works for him is where the details are. He doesn't have an immigration policy. Stephen Miller has an immigration policy, so forth and so forth. And so he is not so much orchestrating anything, but look at the people around him. And then that's where you find your answer. But yes, he's nervous.
And to your point, Lori was saying in that interview that they did about Trump that he can't read numbers either.
Yeah, he's not a numbers person.
Illiterate.
He's not smart. He's stupid. But that's his plan right now, because he knows that upon completion, all the details about the votes and the connections that's coming in quick, and that he was not the one that was voted for. There's a lot of dissatisfied people. I get he's nervous and burdened, and how do I get out of this? Judgment's coming on him, and you know. It's a lie. It's a betrayal. It's a winning at all costs. And the real winner was Kamala.
It really was. And I'll just I got on the next step, you know, like for what comes next, his freak is freaked. And it's going to get more freaked. And he's afraid that he's going to lose power.
I get that he's not even aware of recounts or anything.
Oh,
Letter, mice, coffin. The results are in, it's done. He's not even aware. Like, he's not even aware of what's going on in Rockland, New York. He's not aware of what's going on in Pennsylvania. He's not aware of anything.
Thank you,
He doesn't
Rosalind.
even know what fucking room he's in half the time, you know? So, but what I get is when the results come out, he's going to have a nervous breakdown. Results.
It's coming.
Stolen, lost, mental breakdown. When the real stuff comes out, he's going to have a mental breakdown because it shows that he lost and it was stolen. Does that make sense?
His ego can't take that.
But as of right now, he is completely he has no situational. He has no situational awareness of what's going on right now. He's completely
Mental breakdown.
Did you
Judy?
did you see his interview with the guy from, I forget what country it was, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you speak such good English. Where did?"
Oh my God, it was so
Fucking God! What a fucking embarrassment.
First, you were educated.
Yeah. So explain to me how that fucking piece of shit that couldn't even tell you what country that man was from, Liberia, was it? Couldn't find it on a map, is somehow such a criminal genius mastermind that knows all the fucking cases that are on him right now. He has no clue. He has no clue at all. Done. Kaputs. Nothing. He's fucking stupid. Actually, being stupid is a compliment. Being stupid is a compliment to the level of fucking just dumb fuckery that this man is, because he has no idea. You know, like, I'm just saying, whatever. But
can we see if he's going to get impeached for real this time?
yeah.
I mean, he was impeached, but he wasn't removed. So will he be impeached and removed is what I want to know. Will he be impeached and removed?
Backstabbing right there. That's backstabbing energy.
Get it, Johnny. Get it. Tailbone.
That's backstabbing. Will
Okay.
he get impeached?
All right. You're right. Will he get impeached and removed?
No, I didn't ask that. Okay.
Please
Try
ask
it
that.
again. Try it again. This was positive. Now I got to do it again.
Will he be impeached and removed?
Okay. Impeached and removed.
I'm telling you, man, if this motherfucker dies, if he goes back to the mud,
I don't want that.
all this shit comes up knocking on his doorstep and Karma's here ready to collect, I will riot. I will fucking riot.
I don't think so.
Oh no. Okay. Maybe so. Well, Becca said in that tableau, maybe it's going to be a health thing then.
I think he gets impeached. I just don't think he gets removed.
Okay.
I get that he gets out, and I have it on my notes upstairs. He doesn't complete his first term because of a health issue. There was a change in government because of a health issue. But I don't remember exactly all the cards in the tableau. So
I get impeached but not removed. It's like, victory on this getting him out, but it would take too many coming together. They don't have the votes right now to move forward with this. Although things are starting to change, there's still those in the government tied to the devil. So I get an investigation and impeachment, but tempering it down. So I don't think they get the votes, but he does have some sort of crash that takes him out.
He does. Can you say that again? He knows what?
He has some sort of crash that takes him out.
Oh.
So whether that's a stroke or something.
I get that he will be impeached I get that and they're trying to get him to resign. They want him to resign. So they're trying to pressure him to resign. But I didn't ask if he'd resign. Like they're saying, why don't you just go out? Go out like Nixon did. Just go out like Nixon did.
Can you imagine? JD Vance is going to end up with a huge case of carpal tunnel from signing all these pardons for that motherfucker, because that list is long. It is long for all the crimes he committed.
Well, if it's invalid, JD Vance won't be in.
And then all the shit that he's doing right now. He's breaking the law with every breath he takes. Will he be impeached and removed? No. He's got protections and allies and loyalists. Ass kissers.
Can we take a look at Alligator Auschwitz, as I call it, not Alcatraz? They're getting fed once a day meals that have maggots in it.
I think they're going to flood.
Meals that have maggots in it.
What did you say, Lori?
I think they're going to flood.
Yeah,
because we're going to get all
they're
this
having flood.
This thing. Tomorrow it's supposed to be. It's like 90% rain, like all day long. You can't
They
tell
don't
me.
have water to take a shower. They've got mosquitoes.
At the end of this,
I'm sorry, Jen.
at the end of this, every single one of these motherfuckers, from Stephen Miller down to the fucking Ice Ages, to the fucking contractors, to the fucking governor, to the fucking guy that was outside mowing the grass. Hang these motherfuckers. Hang them. Hang them. Don't even, since we decided to get rid of the fucking Fifth Amendment, doesn't apply to you either. Hang them. Because what they are doing is beyond criminal.
Yeah, they're not taking criminals. They're taking people that were on the pathway to citizenship. Can we look at, will this get shut down eventually?
Okay,
will they like within the next, say, 6 months, will they shut this down?
All right. Are they going to put down an alligator Alcatraz?
Months to a year, whatever.
Soon. Next 6 months.
Thank you, Patricia, for posting the questions. It's just god awful. They're going to have deaths from people getting dysentery and everything
They
else.
are going to have death from.
All I get is conditions and diseases. I don't get shut down.
I'm done playing. When all this is done, they better hold every single one of these people accountable.
They will.
Every single one. Every single fucking.
They will. I think a court could shut them down. This is my outcome card anyway. There's going to be a big decision. So it's going to go to court.
What else are you getting in that reading besides the court?
Well, their government's going to be a big problem. But I just don't see that the government can stand here. They're not going to be able to rule to stay in power. And then there's a bunch of money behind this. It's just like we paid a lot of money. We don't even know if we're going to get anything back out of that, but it doesn't even matter. But there's just a whole lot of money, and they will take people out of there, but there's going to be a big push because they won't move people fast enough. And there's going to be a big push, and it goes to justice. This is going to go to court.
I hope. No, don't even bother hanging them. Skin these motherfuckers alive. Skin them alive because
Do
it's
both.
criminal.
Like this is inhumane.
Johnny, that's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
And bless you for your kind words, because I have zero tolerance for the bullshit that they're doing. You're basically saying, yeah, we're going to have fun and make a shit ton of money torturing people to death.
There's the cruelty.
It's like throwing people in a pit that done nothing wrong.
The point.
Because there is, I think, to Lori's point, there may be something around flooding with the Six of Swords there too. So maybe that is the
I don't know. We didn't ask.
the thing that can move this along towards being shut down to where it's unsafe even for those who work there. And so there would be a problem, but
But I don't even get them moving them out.
I don't think they're going to move them fast enough.
I don't think they're going to move them, even with flooding. I get it. It kind of hangs on. That was the plan, to have an abundance of people put there with minimal stuff. That's Trump's agenda. There's supporters that are showing up there, taking photos and crap. As more and more people look into this, meaning Democrats and stuff, they're going to have to manage it through the courts to get it shut down. I think it's a slow moving shutdown. It's not in the next 6 months. And they're going to try to return there again and everything. And I do think there's going to be steady deaths there.
And there could be court from around the world having something to say about this.
Yeah. You know what? That little punk ass bitch motherfucker, Stephen Miller, is the one that's behind all this. I should do a grand tableau on that little piece of shit. But I want to know.
Kathy, yes, please do a tableau on him.
I want to know, is he going to be held accountable for any of this? Because they should decapitate that motherfucker and put his head on a fucking pike outside of the goddamn White House for the shit that he's doing. And I'm not even playing right now.
I know. Let's look though.
Right now.
Because mind you, not just for this. Remember, he was here before.
Yeah.
Right.
And the cruelty that he did the first time.
The shit that he did separating families, that was practice for the shit that he's doing now.
Right.
And then there was that whole story where the people went missing and then they found them from a plane crash or something, that they were all tied together or whatever when they were being transported. And I'm sitting there thinking, the fuck? I wouldn't put it past Stephen Miller because he's that goddamn sick in the fucking head. So
Steve Schmidt, which I know Trump watches because he's always commenting about him in his little Truth Social things. Steve Schmidt did a great video on Stephen Miller. He goes, he's not even Trump's type. He's slimy and icky, and like Trump would normally not hang around with someone like that because he's just so unappealing and gross and so loud and wanting attention for himself, which takes attention away from Trump. So he was like, playing up to Trump a little bit, like, why do you have this guy running everything? This guy's gross. Because
Trump likes compliments.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephen Miller doesn't mind.
And Stephen Miller knows how to play him like a fucking fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. When Trump said stop, he said, yeah, make me. And went ahead and kept doing what he's doing now and made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't respect
Trump. And Trump didn't double down and say, no, I meant it. He said, okay, well, then go ahead.
Yeah.
No Nazi.
So I want to know, is he going to be held accountable? Anything short of his head on a fucking pike is unacceptable to me at this point.
I get investigation over evidence, but I do not get being jailed for the rest of his life or worse. There's justice, fell out, and then the Four Swords. Four Swords is rest and retreat and inaction. But there is some burden here around illumination with the Sun card, the Ten of Wands, and the Hermit. So there is investigation, there is exposure, there is some burden, but the problem is making something stick. And so that still can be unfolded, though, because the Knight of Wands is progression, but you need a DOJ to take the case, get the evidence, send the indictment, convict the killer. You cannot just go and say, well, we'll see what happens. You have to get somebody to put action behind it. Yes, there's probably a pharmaceutical company in Utah that they could be focusing on. Great, but you can do this too. Or if it were me, do this first. This is more important to me. So you need somebody, because there's the Emperor. You need a structure that will move forward with the evidence, Seven of Pentacles, because it is there. This is not lack of evidence. This is the word of solace. This is not lack of evidence. It is there. And so you just need somebody to move forward with it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, chaos is the point. There will be investigations into his work, more truth about these prisons and how they were set up. But for some reason, it's kind of blocked from hitting him directly. It wouldn't surprise me, because people are worried about him globally, and what he's done in the government here globally. It wouldn't surprise me if he got shoved out a window.
He's going to be sent packing.
He's going to get.
I got to look for one of these for him. Is that what you're saying?
You shove him out the window.
Somebody'll take him out.
A tenth of what he's done to everybody else. Just a taste of his own fucking medicine.
Right.
Please entertain me. Humor me for a minute. What did you get, Lori?
I asked if he was going to be held accountable, but I saw that he's going to be taken away and that someone's going to help take him away, as in the Six of Swords.
As in taken away or run away, taken away?
No, taken to a place that he doesn't want to go. I thought it would be great if he got, has his citizenship taken away. But and then I asked what was going to happen to him, and it ended up the Two of Pentacles, which I didn't completely understand. I'd have to look some more. He is one messed up dude. He is
mentally. I'm just picking up on that. He is mentally not right. He may end up locked up in a mental ward.
Yeah, he may. Maybe that's where he ends up. Seriously, that could happen.
I say put his head on a fucking pike.
Okay.
I
get in a mental ward.
He's out of reach, and there's a report coming out about women that were pregnant or mothers. I don't know. We all keep hearing about the men. They're all ending up in concentration camps, and then the guy that they sent to El Salvador that just came back under false charges because they fucked up and they had to gaslight everybody and cover their own asses. What was his name? Garcia? Was it Garcia?
Yeah.
That they had to come up with fake charges to get him back in the U.S. and now coming out and saying about how he was tortured. Nobody's talking about the women, and they're taking women and their kids and separate. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a report coming out about women that were moved or women that were pregnant and what happened to them. I asked if he would be held accountable. I don't know why this is coming out. A report about pregnant women or women that were moved or transferred somewhere else. But eventually the goal is achieved. Yes, but
I mean that's what got people really riled in the first term of Trump, was when the mothers were separated from their children. That really got a lot of
and then they gave them medical procedures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember that?
Medical.
But I'm getting pregnant women. Storks would be a pregnancy, a report of a pregnancy or something like that. But I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So, you guys got anything else?
Let's ask something good or funny.
I know. I mean, this is now I'm just bloodthirsty.
I had one, but it circled back to the Epstein thing.
Go ahead.
I want to know
my face
from the MAGA standpoint, why are you so upset? I mean, I know why, but
why is this the only conspiracy?
I'm the bear right now, okay? So, because to me, they're realizing they've been lied to, but just about this, because you already know there's an Epstein list because you thought all the Democrats were on it, all the Hollywood elites and the Democrats and the Bill Gates and not Joe Biden, must have the child, Bill Clinton and all those people. Okay.
Yeah, they don't care about the Hispanic children that are losing parents and stuff, being locked up in alligator Auschwitz. But
because that's their thing, because it's not happening to them. But I want to know, is this their breaking point now? Are we starting to see the snowball grow when it comes to MAGA breaking away from Donald Trump? Is the Epstein thing their final straw? or will they continue to follow the majority? I'm talking the majority. Will they continue to follow, or will they start to break away?
Is MAGA breaking away because of this episode? Are they breaking away? Is this going to be monumental breakaway?
Because they still got the Kool-Aid and the Nikes, and so, you know, they're waiting for the spaceship, I'm sure. But I don't know. You never know.
I mean, they still watch the podcasts of what's the guy that was brought back from Romania for trafficking?
Tate's, whatever is something Tate like that. Andrew.
Yeah, the Tate brothers.
Okay.
They still watch him. They think he's great. Like, yeah, abuse women. Yeah.
MAGA's starting to walk away.
It's sick. Especially the young Republican kids that are 18, 19, 20 years old.
Seek to command that which you cannot control, because you cannot control that which you cannot command.
Andrew Tate, yeah.
Well,
Go ahead. What you got?
I will believe it when I see it, mind you. First card is Judgment, which I don't know. I don't think they have, but you know, be neutral. Judgment card in the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is transitioning from a rough time to a better time. And so this is probably using a little more sound judgment. The Six of Swords is a painful journey sometimes because it's moving out. You have to go through the roughness to get to the smooth. And so with the Judgment card, perhaps what they're having is an awakening, because this is also the awakening card. That's what's happening in the Judgment card, is the dead is now coming back to life. So maybe they are having an awakening. There's the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords would be the mental cage. The Ten of Swords would be ending or a release, if you will. Judgment card and the Ten of Swords would be definitely a release. And then there's the Ten of Cups, the happy family, and then the Five of Pentacles out in the cold. And so they feel some kind of way, some of the majority of them.
Yeah, this is a lifestyle that's not acceptable to them. They're like, you know, this just isn't acceptable. You know, coming together for Democrats, I get. And this is judgment on a huge scale. All the sick secrets that are going on as evidence comes out. I get that they're like turning their backs on Republicans. So, and Trump. That the image is gone. The image of who they've been supporting is gone.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you both. The balance has been upset. It has been tremendously upset. And a portion of it has died. And they are judging. They're eyeing, they're judging. They have no room in their hearts for this. They're just judging right straight from their head. And they're saying, you know, you lied. You said you were going to do this and come up with it. And they even tried to give you a little more time. But then then there's fighting words, you know, and they're inbred and they're infighting and inbred. And then my outcome card is we're done.
You know what?
I got another question too.
Is
Okay, John.
if it didn't take 10 years for you to realize that.
But
We tried to tell you. I understand we're the libs and but we tried to tell you.
As soon as he said, grab him by the kitty cat, you should have known everything you need to know about that man.
Everything that you needed to know about Donald Trump has been in the public eye for decades.
right.
Yes.
So
What would make you think that a man that wears more makeup than a drag queen on a Friday night, who is a allegedly multi-millionaire, has any interest in you when his entire life he has shafted people just like you,
Every
so
single
you
day.
have to pay him?
But they're in the church now, and they've people like from Turning Point, and then, you know, this is pedophilia for entertainment purposes only. It's not, but you know what I'm saying. They apparently, according to what we just saw, the justice and This means I don't even want to hear what you have to say anymore. Like, I don't care what you say anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only, it's a portion, but it is, we'll take it.
And just think about how disruptive that is, because you have decades upon decades upon decades of an entire political party galvanizing these people to commit political violence, and then you're going to betray them on top of it.
Remember,
I don't even want to begin to think about how badly that can turn out.
Yep.
QAnon started because of a whole trafficking conspiracy around Dems. So now that it's flipping, it's like blowing their little minds. Yeah. I got another question though. Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. She was like, Donald, so glad to see that for the last 20 years I've been living rent free in your head. She posted a picture of Trump with Epstein having a good old time with younger people, and Trump is now threatening to take her citizenship away and force her to stay in Ireland. Yeah, she has a home in Ireland and one here, forcing her to stay in Ireland. Will he take Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship away? Is he that freaking petty?
He can't. He can stick someone else.
I mean, she's born here.
Mind you, they have been feuding since the 90s.
Right.
Yeah, 20 years.
You know who finally got done drinking the Kool-Aid?
They're related.
You want to know who got done drinking the Kool-Aid and posted all over Twitter about it? Roseanne Barr.
Oh yeah,
this Epstein is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. This Epstein thing, they have drawn a line in the sand.
Everything else isn't bad. Just this. They were totally fine with everything else.
I know, but this is it. It doesn't matter what it took. It's okay. We're taking it. We're taking it. All right. So
if you look at pictures of these young women, they're all young white girls. So I think it pisses them off that they're going after young white girls.
I get that. No, he's going to have a very difficult, very, 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 very difficult time taking away her citizenship.
Ooh, he's going to try.
Yeah, he'll try. But honey, as much as you like to believe you are, you ain't God. Just saying. And to be petty on a whole nother level, when that flood happened in Texas, was it last week? And that camp where all the girls were that were lost or whatever. Now all the Christian crazies are coming out that this happened because we don't have enough God. We're not praying. It's like, you mean to tell me that the God that flooded the earth twice is the one you're going to call to come fix it? Like, I'm just...
The Biden administration actually sent money for them to
fix
Obama sent money. The first time they had a storm, he sent $150 million. Kerr County said, hey, can we get $1 million so we can do this, or that, and that got denied. 2 years later, they petitioned again, got denied, and now boom, here it is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
No, they're not praying hard enough. So yeah, go pray to the God that keeps flooding the church or keeps flooding the world.
They killed everybody. God has plumbing issues. Okay, we don't need him to come fix nothing right now.
He was bored on a Sunday and just decided to flood the earth. But go ahead, go pray. See how well that works out.
I get Trump's already working on trying to get rid of Rosie here because it tarnishes his image, and she does live in his head daily. He wants to bully her, but there's a coming across together across the aisle in America that he can't manipulate it. So yeah, he won't be able to do it, but he's already trying.
Yeah.
But you got Lori.
I got the same thing. He's trying, and I mean he's going to pull something really shitty. He's going to pull something shitty because I got the Queen of Swords with that too.
I just, you know what? Every day I wake up and I say, God damn it, why am I not Daenerys Targaryen? Because I would be riding my dragons right now and just blowing shit up, like straight up, like just level it. I would clean house. We would have a whole clean, totally normal country like that in a week. Give me a week, because I got to take time off for coffee breaks and stuff, but
you walk the dog.
Yeah, I got to walk the dog,
He sued her way back when she did this on The View. And she swooped her hair over to the side and did her Donald Trump impression. Go look that clip up. They've been feuding for a very long time.
I love it.
Because she said he's the moral authority. He cheated on the first wife, had a baby, cheated on the second wife, had a baby. And it's like, you're the moral authority for girls in America. Because they were talking about the Miss Teen USA. He's going to try, but it's not going to work. She has defense for that type of thing. Mind you, he has other problems. And whatever it is, this is going to take priority. The moon, 5 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. Whatever his job is, he's got a lot more problems than Rosie O'Donnell. The thing is with Donald Trump, the thing has always been with Donald Trump. You insult him, then he wants to see what he can do against you. This is not like the Kathy Griffin thing, but it kind of is, to where he can try to use his power to get at the people who make fun of him. And so you have bigger fish to fry, and he will find that out in about 10 days, I think.
He's going to say something like, if you stay over there for a certain amount of time, then you're not going to be able to claim homestead over here. He's going to try.
It's not like she give a crap. She left on purpose. Okay, so keep that in mind too.
Right.
And that's all we got tonight, y'all. Sorry I
want to know if we're going to be happy campers in 2 months.
Do it.
Let's look.
Read on that. So I don't leave everybody in a bad mood. I'm not feeling well, so I'm just naturally in a bad mood right now. But
all right, so in 2 months, in 60 days from now, are we all going to be so much happier?
Let him bear witness.
I love that voodoo doll, by the way. I think you should just pin the shit out of it.
He has been the whole show.
Not enough, in my opinion. I could do better, Johnny. I could do better.
A sword up there till you want to use that one.
Yeah,
that's my sacrificial dagger right there.
You put the hole in his catheter, Johnny, so we see a big old stain on his pants. Well, it runs down his leg. You can punch it down his leg.
I would love to see him try to talk his way out of that one.
If he had an accident.
Really for his catheter to leak and his fucking diaper to fall off.
It's a coolant pump. That's what it is. Because it gets hot. Will he be gone in 2 months?
Oh, I asked if we were going to be happier in 2 months.
Happier in 2 months.
You asked if he's going to be gone in 2 months.
Not the same question.
Okay. You asked
That's what would make us happier.
If we'll be happier in 2 months. Well, when I did my year at a glance reading, everything shifts in the fall. So maybe so. So let's see. Will the majority, or is that how we're going to put it? Majority be happier in 2 months?
We're on overload right now.
It depends on how you digest the information.
Yeah, I get that too.
If you are looking at the long game, then yes. If you want a short-term satisfaction, no. 2 of Swords, decisions to be made. The 6 of Pentacles, something that's been given out to you. So you will hear something or feel something or get something or hear something or get something. Then there's the Fool. The Fool is a journey. This is not over in 10 days, though. This is the beginning of it. And so here's the Heropant and the 6 of Swords. There are some transitions happening in the government. You may see a lot more Republicans quitting, which changes the dynamic within the House and the Senate, that type of thing. But this is not overnight. So if you're looking for overnight satisfaction, no. If you're looking for a long-term thing, 6 of Swords, then yes.
Okay.
Charging in blindly, you gotta be careful. Like what we go after, we can't be blind to it. We have to go in with a plan. Slow it down a little bit. Don't be erratic. But I get a woman that was blocked by an abundance of votes, that something is offered up legally that we find out about. And the man that shared the betrayal with the leader coming out, and all the money behind all this and the government and everything, that puts a tremendous, stolen, burdened, and a lot of people getting shunned for their connection with the devil, for hanging on to him. So, yeah, we're going to be happier. Watch them all have a meltdown.
Okay. I got something about like what Johnie said too. It's how we assimilate the information that we're giving, because right now we're worried about, what is going to happen with this, what's going to happen with this. And we're just on information overload right now. We're on tilt. Like everything is just feeling like it's too much. It's the 10 of wands even on its side. So, but we will get some, it's going to be ameliorated. It's going to be feel much more balanced. Something coming to help us feel like it's tempered. We're feeling much better. Like at least we get some semblance of help somewhere, so that we're feeling some harmony. And there's going to be some changes that happen that will be very good. And we will have some brief celebrations. There's going to be some things coming up here, and we're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so great. And it gets us closer. It gets us much closer on a scale of 10, we're at 7. But we're still going to be assimilating information. We're still digging. We're still searching. We're still getting it. But we are happier.
It would make me happy.
His head on a
his head on a pike. But whoever's cleaning the White House, do me a favor. Get that toothbrush. Go to the toilet. Wipe the whole inside.
I'm sure that's been done before.
And then put it right back. He wouldn't
I can
even
tell you that's been done before.
He wouldn't even fucking know.
He would never know. I'm sure it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quite sure it's happened.
Yeah.
I would bet there's some stuff put in his little special Big Macs too.
I'm sure there's some spittle.
There you go.
Some bugs, some spittle, he's eating boogers and spittle. And, yep.
We're on Johnny's channel with his little doll next week. Looking forward to seeing it again.
He's going back to hell where he came from.
If you set that fucker on fire, you better go live, because I want to see it.
They have some special adornments for him, I'm sure. He's got some accoutrements.
Well, it's not attached to anyone just yet, so we'll keep that in mind. Right now, it's just cotton.
I bet he has a friend next time.
A friend with a couch.
Maybe.
If I had one of those, I would pin some of Lucy's hair on the top from her brush when I brush her, because it's kind of orangey yellow.
No, because then that binds your to the voodoo doll if you put hair on.
Yeah, that's not good.
So right now, like I said, it's just cotton because it's not attached to anyone. But right now, it's for entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purposes only.
Yes, right now.
Not entertainment. Therapy. This is group therapy.
That's what the lady who made this, I think that's in her description. So it's a stress reliever.
It's a stress reliever.
So if you want to just sit there and
go to the rally Thursday, you guys. Make sure you go to the rally. Go protest or go make good trouble. It's good trouble.
Be
Can't go
visible.
get a sign for somebody. Give extra signs to somebody that's going. Because the first one that I went to, I didn't have time to make a sign. I was so very grateful that somebody gave me a sign. So make sure that you send a sign. I know a lot of you guys are artists and very, very crafty, and you come up with some really great, you crack some great jokes. You're so great at it. So you can make some great,
If you have a shoebox or a piece of cardboard, just write "No Kings" on it and carry it. You don't have to be fancy with the sign,
good trouble.
but it's up to us. If you're sitting there complaining about all this and you're not doing anything to get out there and show up in numbers, shame on you.
But if you can't, then just at least paint something and bring it to give it
And
to
if you
somebody
can't,
that's home.
for mobility issues or health issues or whatever.
And remember, it's so important. We all call your congressman. Exactly. Thanks, Becca. And you know, it's so much fun when people that are supportive drive by where we're protesting, you know, and you honk your horn, like, you know. So drive by, you know, if you can't
Get somebody to drive you by.
Get somebody to drive you by. Join us that way, you know.
Fantastic.
Show support.
Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. I'm sorry I was feeling kind of
We love you.
like caca, but it is what it is. We'll be on Johnny's next week. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. It's greatly appreciated. And get you a voodoo doll.
Get you a voodoo doll.
I have to say,
Johnny, get a voodoo doll.
I'm going to have to rethink Thanksgiving this year. I don't have a taste for yams anymore.
Old yam tits. Old yam tits. All right, everybody. Have a good evening and a great week. Bye.
Bye.